What's up, VC? How you doing there? Forgive me, my remote is being cantankerous. It's unfortunate.
Is that a word?
Cantankerous, yes. It's being cunty.
Oh, okay.
It's being my remote's being a
That does sound better. That sounds better.
my remote's being a little cunty. All right, maybe I'll just here.
That's
I think-
the one to use. Yes.
Probably batteries are probably dying. Sorry. Someone try to please. I needed some help. Help me, please. Look how shiny my cheeks are. Oh my god. I used a new aftershave and I am shiny. Yay.
Very
But-
smooth. Very
Yeah, she makes fun of me. She determined like this is the way you're gonna wear your beard, and so now she says I have a baby face. What was face again?
The Puerto Rican face.
No, not Puerto Rican face. Why
What?
you gotta call me Puerto Rican face?
I thought you were gonna. You said that you were going for that Puerto Rican, like really small.
You told me to wear my beard like this, and this was the compromise, and now you're saying I wanted to be a Puerto Rican.
No, I like
No, como se face in English?
Cara.
Cara, yeah, lo siento, cara de bambita. You know, I got a baby face here, is what she's saying. All right.
Cara
We're-
de Buda.
We're talking about nothing, but we're not doing too bad because I realized we're talking about nothing at like 1 minute in, so I could roll with that. All right,
So we can establish this.
cerveza.
Thank you. Sí, gracias.
Okay, and so you know what? Usually I show the beer, and I will. Boom.
En un momento.
But so, anyways, it's a River Falls Red Ale. Let me take a sip first because this is brand new to me. I'm not familiar with this. Either they changed packaging and it's something I had some time ago and forgot, or
Or
whatever.
it's really completely new to you.
Well, Thomas Creek is a popular a regional beer,
Okay.
and they kind of got a little too proud of their beer, and you're looking at it next to like high-end domestics and microbrews and imports, and you're like, bro, you're not a $13 six-pack. Why don't you calm down a little bit? Especially when you're like, hey, if there's a regional beer, you're like, bro, you don't have to ship this around the world. Like, I live in the same county. Like, where's the overhead? Why you charge me, right? But so I grabbed this because, like I say, I'm always repping my town. This is a very iconic kind of suspension bridge near this beautiful water park, right? I mean, mile. But, yeah, downtown Greenville is a lovely place. So I'm showing a box
Very nice.
from beer. And what's in the background? You know, mi español es no bien, es malo. Malo?
Un poquito.
Un poquito. Mi no sé. Alright? Her Spanish, better. And so don't get confused in the background. We have Portuguese mixed with French. I showed this with Dustin. I believe Dustin. I don't even know. These all run together. I don't bank them in my head. But this is just pleasant, chill music. The night's shutting down. It's just in the background, so you know what? I always leave Shrink on gatefold. You know, almost always. And it wasn't anything crazy. It had a little hype sticker that described it as like peculiar. It described it as psychedelic. There's psychedelic tinges in like one song, and there's funk tinges in one song. And so of course they put that in the description because they're trying to make a sale. But it's just mostly like, you know, Latin background music, right? So anyways, this chick,
The Portuguese.
it's Portuguese. Alright. But so, the one time I break out, oh, by the way, she laughed at me. She's like, Crease break? So she's like, you wasted the. I'm sorry for all you gentlemen that only want to watch her. And then when she just went, I was covering her face. I apologize for that. Alright, so, yeah, the Veronica O's just got blocked. But baby crease break. Yeah, so I busted this thing open. And it said, I need to see what's inside this. And it was one of those cellophane shrink wraps that's just not going to slide on and off. So anyways, that's what it is. So here it goes in the box. Covering up that, and she said I was going to do this. That, white label.
He didn't want to be obvious about it, but...
Promo Simondi. Anyways, I haven't even uploaded it as the moment of this filming this because I don't like to flood. I don't like to load every single day. Personal preference. I still watch people that load every single day, all the time. But this is how, because I know I yap forever and a day. All right, so that video should be up by the time you see this video. But that was one of the finds from Lunchbox. If you didn't see it, I shot that video. Stupid sleepy after driving back from Iron Maiden, right? So since we're kind of in the Latin realm, not last time filming this, you were here, you know, recently we listened to this. So C. Parro's dead. Volume 2. Never heard Volume 1, right? So this, as it reads, and I'll just read it to you as it reads. The funky beats of revolutionary Cuba, right? So this is all circa late 60s.
Chris Break. Sorry,
Chris Break!
I need more practice, obviously.
Well, it's probably not healthy, dude. We've been laughing and having a good time yapping, so. But maybe by the end of this video, I'm getting raspy. But
I'll try.
we had a good time. We had a good time going over what the lyrics are. You know, from the bands from like Los Brito.
Los Brito.
Yeah. Forgive me, I'm gonna be
Los
coughing.
Rápidos is the fast one.
Yeah, well, don't do the ones I know. Don't take the obvious.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, now you're taking away my chance to sound smart.
Together. Let me see.
Anyway, so this is what matters, right? So it advertises it funky, right? And it's just kind of like Latin, soft background, kind of pop, jazz, soul. There's some covers in there, and it's kind of intriguing. But the first disc is kind of a wash. It's pleasant as background if you're cooking dinner, it's whatever, and you're kind of forgetting about it. But by the time C-side starts off right, it actually delivers on more of that funk you would expect. And then the D-side, the final side, is cool. And then it kind of finishes with a little bit of a boot dud. You know what I mean? Boot dud, right? You know, so it gets funky, but then, you know, I don't know, it has the tracks where you're just like, I guess the last track, which is, what is that?
The last one, Los Papines.
What does that mean? That's the band.
Like the daddies, kind of. Like, I think that's
Parque is like, you know.
Para que niegas, why do you, why do you deny it? Ay, ay, ay.
Well, okay, yeah.
Deny.
Okay, yeah. So, anyways, that's probably the music that, you know, is playing when someone's putting on their pants after making a guilty decision. All right, so
don't deny it.
Oh, did I even say? I have no rhyme or reason. We're 7 minutes in. What the hell am I doing? All right, we're having fun. So hopefully you're enjoying it. Whatever, we're just hanging out. So this is all recent soul, funk. I set aside some jazz. I've acquired a little bit of jazz. Nobody watched a Dustin and I jazz video. They just moved right past that. Dustin and I had a good time. And jazz is fun too. That's why I labeled it. People, I'm actually going to put a link. I say I do that sometimes and mostly forget because something pops in my head. I'm going to put a link to the Dustin and I jazz video because it's a fun hangout. We gave a shout out to Mazzy. I made a fancy drink from a recipe that's, you know, literally 80 years old and whatever. And I totally forgot I had like a high quality Patron triple sec and I used cheap purple Curacao. Anyways, we're talking about Curacao. Johnny Guitar Watson, Funked Beyond the Call of Duty. So this album cover is a must own. I don't care. It's not terribly expensive. My man has some pretty impressive guitar talents. You know, I'm not opposed to cheesecake. You know, my lady has some feathered hair here with a silly hat. A genuine smile. He's cornballing with his guitar. Yeah, dude, so I like that, and I actually like the music. And you already know, we're hanging out, so there's very little description. Some of these days when I actually talk about doing these top 10 videos, or, you know, going in depth, I always get too much of a stack, and I don't ever have time to talk about stuff. So here it is. Brothers Johnson, you know I love it. Of course, this isn't a hype sticker, but a reduced price sticker from Once Upon a Time. I'd much rather have a sticker than a notch, because you can always remove the shrink if you want. But here, this isn't the shrink. I really enjoy the Brothers Johnson. It's usually beat to death. I talked about a guy who had a lot of, when I showed jazz, and I showed some R&B recently, a guy traded in a collection at Pharmacy Records. And so Brothers Johnson's something you always find thrashed, beat up. It was party music. And this is, I mean, honest to God, you know, it's in the shrink and it's in unplayed condition. So, there's no blowouts in the bottom of the paper label or anything on thin paper, lyric sheet. It's in the shrink. You know, if you can be a team player, that's actually freaking awesome. Thank you. I didn't even notice at first you were trying to take the initiative.
Yeah, I was trying to help.
All right, so same here. I mean, we got Temptations in the shrink. You know, and a lot of this like Soultown stuff, Motown soul stuff. A lot of times people just render it down to compilations, and I enjoy the albums. You know, they conceptualized and made albums for a reason back in the day, and they did it in all genres. So there's the Gordy label, pretty iconic in that realm of music, and I'd say in the realm of music overall. But And if you're a Beatles nut, there's a Hey Jude cover on here. But Little Green Apples. Anyways. And then you could tell I didn't really have a rhyme or reason. We were just hanging out. And I was like, do you want to shoot a video, right?
Yes.
And that's what happened. But so, Strawberry Letter 23, which everyone knows from and I've talked about this in the past, is the gangster. Have you seen Jackie Brown? We have a long list of pop culture for you to catch up on.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to refrain some freak about Jackie Brown. So it's from the soundtrack. I was about to say from the iconic scene of a movie and describe it that way. But Strawberry Letter 23 also was a roller rink jam back in the day. If you were roller skating back in the day, and your boy was pretty slick on skates back in the day. But Running from Your Lovin' is a great song. Q, the instrumental, is really funky and choppy. I freaking love that. If you're a bass fan, you're gonna love that. Never Leave You Lonely, but Strawberry Letter 23 is the one on here, the jam, right? So this is Quincy Jones, and I haven't done it yet. I would show you the label, but your boy caught this sealed, and it still wasn't terribly expensive. But it's just upgrades. When you find stuff like this, buy it, whatever, just enjoy it. But this is upgrade copy, and I actually have someone in mind to send my old copies of some of these things. Someone doesn't even know. There's surprise VCLT coming, right? And then, like I say, yeah, I don't have these in order. You can see how I'm going from one band to another and kind of like zigzagging, right? I got a big psychedelic stack coming up. We actually put it all away, Second Garage, because I was like, there's no way I'm going to have to just show that by myself. Because if we're hanging out, and I already do a bad job of,
It would go on for about an hour.
Yeah, because you're more than welcome to chime in, as is anyone when they're sitting in the other chair. We're hanging out, and it's mutual.
It's fun.
But, if you're trying to show 25, 30 records,
Gotta go through it.
and a conversation comes in, then it gets a little rough, right? So this could have made psychedelic, but it's with the soul funk R&B cluster right here. So we got the Temptations, Psychedelic Shack, and I don't really think... I'm trying to think, and I need to listen and spin some of these. I keep on acquiring more and more stuff, right? But one second while I'm at it, let me go to...
You can't even catch up on listening.
But so once again, it's on that Berry Gordy. There's some finger smudges. I haven't cleaned it yet, but surface scratches and all that jazz ain't there. You know what I'm saying? But so good condition, and this is one of those albums that, why I just made light reference to how a lot of this Motown and soul stuff gets rendered down to best of and compilation albums. It's kind of unfortunate because that album plays like an album where one song leads into another song and it builds up and goes to the next.
Come together.
It's an experience, right? And if you listen to that album and you kind of put it in your brain and you familiarize yourself with it, then I'm fully sure that you're gonna have like, that's my jam, that's the song. But I really like that album as a whole, right? And then so I got. Sorry, I'm getting distracted right here because I'm staring dead in the face of sealed 1967 psych rock. But let me just get this out of the way because it's stupid as all get out, right? How do I not buy this? This is Sun. And while I was at this place called Tip Top, I was like, dude, how do I know who Sun is? So many albums, they were fairly inexpensive, but I already spent some money at Lunchbox. So I passed on buying more Sun, and I kind of regret I hadn't gotten to listen to this earlier, because if I was informed and I knew more about it, then I potentially would have bought more Sun there. But either way, I'm not butthurt over it, right? But you already know, I like sci-fi nerd shit, robots and what have you. And between this on the front and that on the back, and these red beards and feathered hair and a sequin turban and sideburns with a mustache and a sloppy afro to a tight afro to mutton chops, like these gentlemen right here, there's 75 guys in the band. So I assume there's horn. No, that's it's an exaggeration.
I was about to say.
No, but honest to God, here between 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
That's
So
a lot of them.
you probably have guitars and bass and a horn section and supporting drums and what have you, right? So, and then all these guys here have their solar name. They're so it's like, they're Terra Nomen is their Earth name, Terra. All right. And then solar name or astrological name is they all have like made up space nerd names.
Okay.
So this is just nerd shit. I assume it's probably kind of like funk meets disco-y. It's 1979.
We gotta listen.
I don't know. Yeah. So this is just gonna be a blind experience. It wasn't that expensive. It came from there's that I like that Capitol label. But so it came with that, and it's super clean. But so it came with one thing that kind of helps sell some stuff. One time, if you have a rapport with your record store owner, and you're talking to them on a regular basis, and you're going through new arrivals, or they let you know stuff before they even put it out, or if you go frequently enough that you're always there for the new arrivals, you know, like myself, you know, that they'll be like, hey, well, and you know, Frank at Pharmacy Records is like straight up, I'm not too familiar with Sun, but what he did say is like the guy who had that Miles Davis and John Coltrane, which I didn't buy because I already had, but I did buy like the Donald Byrd and a couple Miles Davis, the Ornette Coleman Trio, and these Brothers Johnson, some of this other stuff. You're like, well, if I dig so much of what was in this guy's collection, and this is part of his collection, you don't even know someone, but you see what they had in the cluster, and then that kind of is a seal of approval and speaks for itself. So I kind of blind bought some weirdness because of that. And some of that weirdness is, oh, by the way, I'm going to pause for 1 second so we can change the station if that's all right with you, back in the shake of a lamb's tail. All right, so we're back. Regain train of thought. All right, so rock and roll or R&B, but this is the track I know. This right here is the track I knew before I bought the record. So this is where it kind of like it's the funk. You know, I would not call this a funky album, but this is where anything they'd slide in to make a sale is how they're going to describe anything in a hype sticker description, right? All right, so Impact. It's another one of those blind buys, inexpensive, same collection. I want to say this has got to be in the disco realm. This is 1976. I don't know what this is at all. It looks like it's a quartet of gentlemen from the front and back, but these four guys are like an amalgamation of a rhino and four individuals sharing legs. That's a weird freaking album cover. It wasn't that pricey. When I say it wasn't that pricey, I mean it was outright inexpensive. It's on the Atco label, and you'll see from Atco did various things, but you'll see from when I actually make this Psych Garage one, Atco did a lot of kind of garage psyche weird fun stuff too. So I don't really know between the Atco label and just being familiar with that and this front cover. I was like, I will describe what it is, right? I'll not describe what it is. I'll learn what it is. And I listened to it once while house cleaning and being in a different room and making bed and everything. So, and it's not fresh enough in my brain to speak on. I was gonna shoot a video on this in the past, right? All right, Gil Scott-Heron. He got really political at one point, and which didn't hurt my feelings. But he had the revolution will not be televised. If you just type that in on YouTube, if you have no idea what I'm talking about, you can type in "the revolution will not be televised" and kind of some aggressive Afro spoken word poetry, Black Panther type mess, which is I'm cool with, you know. But so this is more of his stuff, and like I say, it's him and Brian Jackson here. It's in the Shrink, and like I say, let me slide this out here. Lyric sheet, and then on that Arista, I don't know how well it's showing up. Like I say, I haven't even cleaned some of these yet. I haven't had a chance to spin this, but yeah, I'm with that, right? And then so I had to buy that. I bought this at the same time, Gil Scott-Heron, and then I've heard people call him Jill. Probably because they have transplant in their brain Jill Scott, the R&B artist. But I don't know if I didn't even look it up. But I assume Gil is probably short for like Gilbert or something along that lines. I don't know. All right, but it's Gil Scott. Anyways, from I had to buy this to represent where I'm from, and I'm familiar with this album and I dig it. But and let me open it up here because your boy's a bit of a gorilla, right? So more of the same. That gorilla's pretty gnarly, right? He's holding the two sections of the world, so to speak, from South Africa to South Carolina. Your boy's here in South Carolina, right? And so Johannesburg, Toast to the People, the Summer of 42, Beginnings, South Carolina, quotation marks, Barnwell. I've listened to this. I'm with it. I'm kind of that, yeah. I wish I spoke Portuguese. But anyways, yeah, I'm not going too long on that in particular. We're getting in a stack. We're hanging out. Cheers.
Cheers.
Salud
Salud.
or salute.
No, salud.
But depends where you're from.
Well,
Prost.
from Mexico.
It's also German. Right? See, we got a myriad. We got a multilingual collages of cheers to you.
Yes. Tell us what the cheer is for your wherever you're from.
Well, salud and salute is just basically salutations. It's from Latin base.
So
it's
it's
just
not really for.
yeah. So it's just like salutations, salute, salute. You know. But anyways, I just accidentally threw this in the stack. If you're watching this video and you watched the last video, I just got this in Nashville at Lunchbox, so I'm gonna be stupid quick about it. Everyone knows what it is. It's Record Store Day. That stuff's still out there to be had. It's Sly, Woodstock. Everyone knows what this is. It's obligatory now, one would think. But Woodstock, happy to have this. Vinyl Rich is the one who really pushed this. Got me into it, right? I saw the OJs in concert once upon a time ago, right? Now many moons ago. Better than 10, 12 years ago, right? And one thing I distinctly remember about it is that everyone put on their Sunday best, right? And so I don't know how well this album cover is going to come in, this kind of collage of human forms. And it's not going to come in that well because, yes, same collection, same guy in the shrink. You know, I got these twisted out right here. So, once again, clean wax. This guy took care of his stuff, right? Philadelphia International Records, the OJs here. But,
The cover is
survival.
awesome.
Yeah, it really is if you want to peek at it.
Yeah.
But lower the
It's
chill
like
music in the
muscles
background.
on the face. Like
All right. So no, you're good. I wasn't trying to. I wasn't already you like dismissing you. I was just processing what I was gonna say here, right? Totally sat down to film these earlier and fell asleep while shooting or whatever. Wasted another crease break, right? Crease break. R.I.P. crease break. But so shove this off the best I can with this over under gatefold, right? It's a homage to Abbey Road, but it's Booker T and the MGs. So huge band. Everyone should know who they are. Always looking for clean Booker T and the MGs, and it doesn't always come in that way, right? But there's big medleys here, you know, instrumental stuff. Don't really want to get into it. I'm really looking forward to listening to this, but no need to get in on that. I'm always looking for more. All right, so let's wrap up here. I'm gonna wrap up with a little silliness and then a little bit of. If you made it this far, I hope you did, because I saved the heater for the end, right? And I'm not even gonna speak on the heater for too much, right? But by the way, this is just staring at me because it's out of place, right? This does not fit the theme for the night, right? Madonna,
Still good.
True Blue, in the shrink, with the hype sticker. There's that. I mean, you can't help but have a little bit of wear, you know, in a little corner of the most minute level that stops you from being dead mint. But outside of that, it's stupid clean. All right, so it's just Madonna. I'm just doing this on a whim because whatever. But I got a chance to. I'm a fan. And then you have right here, Bow Out.
Nice.
So we were having a debate earlier.
Yes.
If she, you know, depending on how you want to hold this, is she being pressed against a wall, or is she laying down? You know, depending on the way you look at it, right?
We
And
both
so-
think she's laying down.
Well, I think she's bent over and having one hopes a grand old time. Kudos to young Madonna. All right, but so yeah, that was you know, shove that in there because I just want to guarantee that I offend people and go over 25 minutes, right?
Yeah.
Two birds, one stone. Jermaine Stewart, I had a non-popular hit album, right? So your boy has some Jermaine Stewart right here, right? This is so absurd. It's so late 80s, early 90s when you look at this stuff, right? With the fashion and the feathered hair and the suits and the layers.
Oh,
I mean,
that
it's just,
hair.
it's awesome. Frantic Romantic. The name is crazy, dude. So, this is absurd. This was so dirt cheap. It's so stupid. And look at the sleeve on this. That old school original plastic Arista. And then that era Arista label. That's freaking priceless, right? But this had, we don't have to take our clothes off to have a good time. Oh no. But
No.
Yeah, I'm not gonna get too much into singing that, right? But so I've said this in the past, and I'm speaking outside of school. I'm not saying it's true, but a down low rumor for a long time is that this bro is the cat that gave Magic Johnson AIDS. So Magic Johnson apparently, and I'm just gossiping, I'm just spreading it, because I don't care. You can do what you want to with your free time. It's your body. You know what I mean? If you want to do your body, be safe. Back then they didn't know the intricacies of being safe. But apparently, Magic Johnson had a little bit of sweetness, and he got bored with the ladies for a little bit. He did a little dabbling. Same rumors said about, Mick Jagger and David Bowie. They might have been in sexual cahoots. But so, anyways, I'm just, spreading a little gossip. 30-year-old gossips. I'm just maintaining, stoking the fire. All right? So if you want to fiddle faddle with that, that's cool, right?
Because we're
gonna wind this down, right? So, 20, I knew wasn't gonna happen, right?
No.
All right, 25. Madonna got in the way on that. I'm sorry, I saw something in the corner of my eye. It is what it is, right? We talked about beer. We're having a good time. There's a lovely lady. I blocked her O face. I apologize for any of you, you're weirdos, but cheers to you, weirdos. Oh yeah, by the way, I am wearing a Pat Benatar Get Nervous Tour shirt. Just because
it's matching so nicely. Hat.
Because now I don't care if someone didn't stick around. And my friends, I'll make you wait 1 second longer. I don't know if anyone's going to appreciate this or if they're familiar with it. Please comment. Like I say, like or subscribe if you want to. I don't care. You know what I mean? Thumbs me down. Won't hurt my feelings. If you want to thumbs me up, cool. I appreciate that, right? But please comment if you're familiar with this, right? So the Voices of East Harlem. This one right here is a fucking banger. All right, this is one that if you get into some of the nonsense I've been showing, and I just say nonsense isn't just nonsense in the fact that we all pursue it and chase it. I'm not saying it like nonsense and dismissing it. So if I'm in the future, if I'm making a hardcore punk video, it's not nonsense. I like hardcore punk too, the same way I like soul and funk and jazz and all this other stuff, right? But nonsense and just the fact that it's kind of nonsense. We all get like, yeah, I can't believe I found that, right? And so, this white is kind of glossy. And this ring wear, it's kind of just passed through it. And it is what it is. I'll just deal with it, right? But you don't find this. You just don't freaking find this. It's something that I don't even actively look for. I'm flipping through bins, and I'm looking through new arrivals. The babyest of crease breaks. Because I've listened to this 3 or 4 times since I got it. So this has been open and what have you, right? So this is when you find stuff like this and you buy a stack, it's not that you don't like the stack that you bought and you're not going to listen to it, but something's going to have to fall out of rotation for that to happen, right? So this is a really soft newspaper almost, that this is always chewed up and beat up, so I'm handling it gingerly. But, and you can see right here, I kind of like that Electra right there, with the butterfly on it, or as Mariposa. But you got to be careful though with Mariposa though, because you can use it derogatorily, But anyways, so super happy to find that. And if you stuck around, I'm not gonna describe this. While I said, I was supposed to say, what was I supposed to send a link on? I'm so bad at this. Oh yeah, Dustin and I talking about jazz, right? So if you actually made it, I'm probably gonna send a link for you guys to hang out if you wish with Dustin and myself. And if you bypass that, no hard feelings, because right underneath that link, I'm probably going to try to do my due diligence and leave a link to this album, because I think you should discover it. I like it, so I'm not going to describe it well, because I got music in the background, and it's freaking bedtime. And another watch battery dead. I got a stack of watches I need to take in for batteries. It's so absurd. But
watches can't tell time still.
Yeah, so it's all good. But it was telling time. I'm not. Yeah. So anyways, here we are. It's all come to an end. You guys have a good one. Enjoy that. Awkward ending. It's a pleasant. It's a casual ending. It's music. So yeah, thanks for hanging out. Have a good time. Stay peaceful. Beautiful. Be beautiful. Take care. All that jazz. Hasta luego. Buenas noches. Vai con Dios.
Que Dios los bendiga.
Do you call me Bandeco?
No.